Hey guys, welcome to the channel. It's Logan here, and I want to personally thank each and every one of you for 100 subscribers. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. This is a guitar channel, but I know you guys all love food, because who doesn't? I sincerely love it. And so today we're going to be talking about how to make your own homemade hot cocoa mix, and you're never going to want to drink another hot cocoa, like store-bought hot cocoa mix again. So without any further ado, let's jump into this. You're watching Logan's Lessons. Alright guys, welcome to my kitchen. Alright, so we're about to make some amazing hot cocoa mix. First thing you're going to need, 100% dark chocolate Hershey's cocoa. Pretty cheap at the store, and this stuff is amazing for this job. Second thing, milk. Any kind of milk will work, like almond milk, cashew milk, coconut milk if you're into that kind of thing, or just legit cow's milk. Alright? Third thing, ground sage cinnamon. Alright? You pick this stuff up at any grocery store. It's pretty, it's a pretty basic thing to have in your spice cabinet. Cinnamon. If you don't have it, you should probably go get some. Next thing, obviously, sugar. Any kind of sugar. White sugar though, like any kind of white sugar. So, I use this kind because it was in the pantry, and I'm not going to go buy stuff because we already have sugar, and all sugar pretty much is equal. Alright, next thing, this is optional, alright? So you can have coffee, add coffee into it. I personally like it. You don't need to use this if you don't want to. It'll work just as fine, but all you're going to need, like this stuff works really great. Via Instant Medium Roast Coffee, it's Colombia, with toasted walnut and herbs. I really like adding this, and you can even get this stuff decaffeinated if you for some reason don't want caffeine, alright? Or if it's too late or whatever you do. So, next thing is a bit of nutmeg. This stuff just adds a different character to the hot cocoa. You're also going to need a coffee mug, obviously, and some Mediterranean sea salt, or whatever kind of sea salt you have. Iodized works well too. That stuff, it's necessary to making your own hot cocoa. So make sure you have some salt. It's another basic thing that if you don't have it, you should go get it anyway, whether you're making hot cocoa or not. Then, a simple mixing bowl and a third of a cup measuring cup. Alright, so the first thing we gotta do is we gotta take our mixing bowl and add in the dry ingredients together. So what we're gonna do, take your cocoa, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna get a third of a cup of cocoa, alright? Doesn't need to be, none of these measurements are exactly precise, but if you follow this, it'll taste really good. So about a third of a cup of cocoa. See, like I only had that much, but it's gonna work fine. So you put your cocoa in. Then you're going to want a third of a cup of sugar, okay? Just make sure you have the same amount of sugar as you have cocoa. That's about as much cocoa as I had. It's just about a third of a cup. So throw that in there with it. And then you're going to do, what you're going to do is you're going to have about a couple cranks of salt, okay? So like three cranks, maybe 4, all right? That's just how I like it. And then some ground nutmeg. This is important because this stuff is make or break. You just want a sprinkle of this, no more, all right? It'll get overpowering if you have too much. So just like a sprinkle. That's all you need for that entire bowl, all right? Then, most important part, the cinnamon. I like a little extra cinnamon, so if you're not a super cinnamon fan, you don't have to do it this much, but I prefer it to be about that much cinnamon. That's quite a bit, but it's up to your cinnamon tastes. If you like a ton of cinnamon, then do what I did. If you don't, like, this isn't gonna be like overpowering. It just gives it a little kick, all right? Then we're going to stir this together, and then we're gonna add the coffee. Got it? Okay, this is about time to add your coffee in. I would only do 1 pack of this coffee unless you want it to be, you want it to taste more like coffee than anything else. So I do 1 packet of the just add that in there. Then you're gonna make sure you mix it thoroughly so that every part, like, it all feels like one big, it all looks like one big mixture. So alright. Okay, so we're done with the mix. That's gonna be more than enough, probably 1 or 2 cups of hot cocoa. Alright, so again, like I said, if you're filling up your cocoa cup, like the cup of cocoa, when we put this in there, you don't need a full 1/3 of a cup, but just make sure you put the exact same amount of cocoa and sugar in, and it'll turn out good. Next step, we have our cup, alright? For this, we're just gonna fill this up with milk to about, for this cup, it's pretty deep, so like about to where this handle intersects on it, we're gonna fill it up to milk about there. And really the only thing you have to keep in mind is that it doesn't bubble over while you're microwaving it or when you put your cocoa mix in, because that will add some space to it, obviously. Like, there's gonna be, it's gonna make the cup rise because you're adding more stuff into the cup. So I'm gonna fill this up. There we go. All right, so let's head over to the microwave. For me, I really like to microwave my hot cocoa for 2 minutes, and with refrigerated milk like this, it's gonna make it so that it's just nice and warm. You can add like 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Might do it for some people if you like it hot. Some people in my family like it at 1:30, and it's, to me, it's kind of lukewarm, and so I don't really love it like that. So I personally recommend 2 minutes, but experiment with that based on your taste. All right, let's head over to the microwave. Alright, now that our hot cocoa, or our milk, is warmed up, what we have to do is add a healthy dose of cocoa mix that we just prepared a little bit earlier, like 2 minutes earlier. And how we do this is I just dump a bunch of it into my hot milk. So maybe like 3 spoonfuls, maybe 3.5. Let's go with that. Then you stir it up. Okay? And if you feel like you want a little bit more after you see the color of your cocoa, like in a minute I will look and I'll decide whether or not I need to add a little bit more. You gotta stir it. There's gonna be some on the top here, but you gotta stir it until all that's gone. Okay? Like that. And I think that is just about perfect. Now comes the most important step of the process, and that would be cleaning up your mess. For me personally, I'm in my parents' kitchen, and I enjoy the ability to make my own cocoa, and so to be respectful to them, we must clean up our mess, because I have random splatterings of cocoa stuff, so I'm gonna take all the stuff, put it all back in its respected places in the kitchen, and I'm going to wipe off the counter, and then we can enjoy our cocoa. All right? I'm gonna go clean up right now. Now you may be wondering, well, Logan, what do I do with this wonderful hot bowl of hot cocoa mix to maximize its potential? Well, there's a couple of options I will submit to you. Number one, saran wrap it, put it in your pantry. That's what I recommend. Number two, share it with your family or friends. You're not gonna do that, I'm just kidding. You can just put it on saran wrap it and put it in your pantry. That's good. Now you have a wonderful cup of hot cocoa that you will thoroughly enjoy and just taste marvelous. All right? Cheers. That's what I'm talking about.